Welcome to Leadership Theatre. Today we will explore the topic of women in leadership with your host, Peter G. Northouse.
Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Leadership, Theory and Practice. I'm your host, Peter G. Northouse. Why is it that only 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs are female? Throughout history, women have proven that they are highly capable and effective leaders and have excelled in leadership positions. They just haven't been given many opportunities to lead. Women seeking leadership opportunities face several battles. For instance, lack of inclusion in a male-dominated culture. Today, we'll take a look at a few of the obstacles that women have faced throughout history. These obstacles have been around from the beginning, even though women have repeatedly proven their ability to lead. Women like Joan of Arc, Queen Elizabeth, Mother Teresa, and Captain Anne Bonny. In the 18th century, Captain Anne Bonny was a fierce pirate that sailed the Caribbean and conquered many nations. Let's watch a quick clip of her life.
All hands on deck.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
12 years ago, I began sailing the Caribbean. I have been the captain of this ship for 5 years, and in that time, we have conquered much. We have gained sailors and had some leave us, and it appears that we will have one more leave us now, to the depths of Davy Jones' locker. For we have a traitor among us. Carl, you shall die. Yar.
Oh, hello again. Pirate Captain Anne Bonny is just one example of many throughout history where women have proved that they are very effective leaders despite society's perception that they aren't or can't. Let's fast forward to today and just view one of the many obstacles or barriers women face in the workplace.
Yes, come in.
Hey Kyle, do you have a second?
Yeah, go ahead, take a seat, Aaron.
Thanks.
What's on your mind?
Well, as you know, I'm going to be leaving next week for maternity leave, and I wanted to come in because I have a few concerns. So the team that we've been working on is such an elite team, and it's so hard to get a spot on the team. I'm a little concerned or nervous that me leaving for 2 months is going to be an issue with me getting the spot back on this team when I come back. And so I just wanted to know what your thoughts are on that, if there will be a spot for me or what you can say or what'll happen.
You know, Aaron, that is a very valid concern because it is such an elite team and it's very competitive to get a spot on the team. But you've performed really well over the last month and you've really been fairly critical to the team's performance. So I'll definitely try my hardest to get you back on the team when you return.
Okay, well thank you. I really appreciate that. I've worked hard for this, and so we'd like to get that back if I could.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Nope, that's it.
All right, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Erin won't see it coming. Even though her boss, Kyle, assured her that she'd be able to return to her role on the team, just isn't going to happen. Although FMLA prohibits companies from discriminating against women, it's not uncommon for women when they return from maternity leave to find that they've lost positions on teams and projects and that their standing in the company is no longer what it once was. As I mentioned in chapter 14 of my book, domestic and child-rearing expectations impose an added burden upon climbing the leadership ladder, especially upon women who can't afford domestic help. In reaction to that challenge, some women choose to not have children. Others attempt to become superwomen, doing everything. Or some just decide to sacrifice their careers to care for their children. Antiquated workplace norms make it difficult for women to consider any other options. Another thing we found in our studies is the difference between men and women in how they negotiate and their willingness to self-promote. Let's take a look.
Hey Maddie, thanks for all your help with that project. It was so important to get that done, and we never could have done it without all your work.
Don't worry about it. It was no big deal. I'm just glad that we were able to get all done in time.
Maddie, Kyle, great. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead. Kyle, do you want to come in first for the performance review?
All right.
All right, great. Thanks. Come on in. Kyle, thanks so much for coming in to discuss Project X and your contributions to it. It's been a huge success, and so I just want to meet with you and to discuss what you feel like has contributed to the success of Project X.
Well, as you know, Scott, Maddie played a big part in Project X, and her contributions were essential. But I felt like I put a lot of effort into this project, and like I was a very good leader of the team. As a matter of fact, I feel like my input on this project is deserving of a raise. So I was hoping that maybe after this meeting, you could consider me for a raise or even a promotion.
Yeah, that's a good point, Kyle. Because Project X at the very beginning was kind of shaky, and you and Maddie really pulled through, and so I'll definitely consider that. I think that's a good suggestion, and I'll consider you in upcoming raise evaluations.
All right, thanks, Scott.
So Maddie, thanks very much for coming in today and for you and your team's contribution to Project X. It's been such a huge success, and I just wanted to meet with you personally to discuss kind of your feedback from the project, what you feel like went well, and what you feel like we could have improved on.
Yeah, I think our team did really, really well. We worked well as a team, and I couldn't have done it without the other team members and their contributions. I think me personally, I need to work on my communication skills and just better facilitating that communication so we can work more efficiently as a team. But all in all, our team really, really worked well and worked hard, and I think we were able to get it done and do well because of that.
Let's ask our expert witness, Bobby, about this negotiations clip.
Through our extensive research, we found that women are just as capable of performing in the workplace. Studies have shown that women tend to deflect individual praise toward the performance of the group, which is participatory behavior. Maddie was a driving force behind the success of the team, even helping to pick up the slack left by Kyle, but in the end she was hesitant to talk about it. Kyle wasn't afraid to use his efforts, and his argument helped him to advance his career.
You can't have a conversation about women in leadership without talking about the phenomenon referred to as the glass ceiling. Let's take a look at this clip. The glass ceiling refers to the fact that women, though capable and qualified, are significantly underrepresented in major leadership positions. There have been several explanations about why the gap exists, such as education and training, leadership effectiveness, women's hesitancy to self-promote or initiate negotiation, and prejudice towards women. However, there is no empirical evidence for the claim that women are less educated or less effective as leaders. And, unfortunately, gender stereotypes are still damaging to women's leadership opportunities. Margaret Atwood said, "We still think of a powerful man as a born leader, and a powerful woman as an anomaly. That doesn't have to be. Moving forward, there are things both men and women can do to improve gender equality in leadership positions. Women should recognize the disparity between their willingness to negotiate and self-promote as compared with men. Men need to recognize and refute the errors inherent in gender stereotypes. Men and women working together can change workplace norms and company cultures." That wraps up our discussion for this evening. I'm Peter Northouse. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.